we'll see how today goes. This is the first fishing day of the year. I haven't been out on this lake for probably 8 or 9 months or something like that. I've never had a ton of success out here, but I'm just looking to have fun. I don't know what the conditions are going to be like. It's 36 degrees outside right now. I think the high temperature for today is going to be around 56 or something like that. I have no idea what the water temps are like, what the water quality looks like. We're just going to go out and try to have a little fun, see if we can figure something out. This is one of those fisheries where there's a lot of grass, but we're the first week of spring, so there's not going to be much there. I don't know what's going on. We're just going to have some fun, see if we can get on them, and see what we can figure out. There's going to be a tournament here that I'm going to fish in about 30 days, so I really don't want to whack on them too hard. Just want to see if I can get a feel for what they're doing, and just have a little fun. This is the first. Alright guys, I don't know if it's going to come across in this video, but I am super excited to be out here today. This is my first day out this year, and I couldn't ask for a better day. It's gorgeous. Water temps are only at 38 degrees right now. I'm hoping that it warms up a little bit. It's supposed to get up to around 56 today. I'm guessing that these fish are going to be deep. I don't like fishing deep. I'd rather fish probably in 10 feet of water or less. I'd like to throw a chatterbait around here today and see if we can land on a couple, but we're going to see what happens. I scoped around this bridge a little bit already today, and a couple of docks, and not really seeing any fish over here right now. I will tell you that using this LVS 34, I can already tell the target separation is much better. Bait tracking is a lot better than it was with the LVS 32. We'll see what happens. I'm not, like I mentioned before, I'm not great with this stuff. I'm learning, but the main thing is, I just looking to have a little bit of fun out here today. If we learn a few things, that would be great. I'm not really expecting to catch them, but if we could put a couple in the boat, I'd be pretty happy with that. So gonna take you along with me, and we'll see what happens. You guys probably can't tell this, but we're sitting in the middle of a channel. Right now I'm sitting in about probably 4 to 5 feet of water. Throwing this chatterbait out. It's probably about 10 feet of water. It's a little deeper over there. I'm getting hung up in a little bit of grass, which is kind of what I want. I'm hoping that the fish are kind of in that 10 foot of water area. If fishing history right now. I've been over here in the springtime a few times. I've had a little bit of success. What do we have to do? Slow down a little bit? There's some fish on the bottom about 10 feet out from us. Seems like there's a lot of different bottom contour here. This is my problem with live scope. You can see them, but you can't catch them. Some weeds here. On the other side of this creek and see if we can find a spot that's got a little bit of rock. Looks like a little bit of riprap over there, some other structure. see if we can find anything over that way. Alright, so we're coming across the channel, and I can see this. I don't know if you can see it on the screen here. There is a huge school of fish. I'm guessing that that's probably crappie or something, but I'm going to try to throw into it and see if we can get something to bite. I tried throwing a ball head jig in there, and I got a couple followers, but they didn't really seem too interested in that. I'm going to try to throw a drop shot to the bottom and see if maybe something's down there. I can't really tell, you know, what's what when I'm looking at this thing right now. I mean, they look like they look small. I thought I saw some bigger fish maybe on the bottom, but maybe I'm just making that up because I really have no idea how this thing works. I mean, they're following the drop shot, they're looking at it, but just have a robo worm. I think it's a 4.5 inch robo worm tied on here with a, I don't know what size weight this is. It's small. It's a light drop shot setup. With this LVS 34, I can definitely see the bait out farther. I could see it in the school of fish. I could see it at the moment that the lure hits the water, even a tiny drop shot like this. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. It's definitely an improvement over the LVS 32. I'm glad that I did it. It's going to take me some time to figure this thing out. It's tricky. It's a lot harder than what, you know, people make it seem to be. It's not one of those things where you can just throw something out there and catch a fish. It's not anything like that. It's frustrating more than anything. We're gonna leave this school because I'm pretty sure that those are crappie. They follow it. I don't even feel any bites. I mean, they're following the drop shot. They follow the jig head minnow. They, you know, I don't think that those are bass, just the way that they seem to be acting. They're not biting at it or anything like that. It's just, you know, they're just looking at it. The whole school follows it and then nothing. So gonna keep heading north up this creek and see what else we could find. Alright, we're in a spot that's got a little bit of rock. I'm going to try to throw a finesse football head around and see if maybe we can find something. The water temperature over here seems to be maybe about a degree or so warmer. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, but we'll see what we can find. Trying to spot a little grass. I saw some fish before we were coming in here. I'm just trying to throw a little Neko rig around and see if I can get something to bite. I think we were just hung up on a little grass. I thought I felt a bite, but yeah, we're just getting hung up in the grass here. I'm gonna try to maybe throw a chatterbait around a little bit. That's what's down there. It's not bad looking. It's too early in the year. We're just going to try to throw this chatterbait around and see if we can get hung up in a little grass, if we can't figure out how to cast a fishing pole without being a dope. I got a few new reels this year. This is one of them. I'm gonna have to play around with the brakes. I didn't really spend too much time working on these before I came out. This is one of the new, well, it's not new anymore. New to me, but not new to the market. It's a Kayak 150 MGL. It's a nice reel. This spool's got to be tightened up. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's a nice reel. I like it, or I bought it because it's light. The chatterbait combo that I'm using right now is, like I said, that Kayak 150 MGL. It's a 7, what is it, a 7-to-1? It doesn't say on there, does it? 7-to-4 gear ratio. Dobbins XP, Champion XP. It's a 736 CB. Seen a lot of people online rave about this rod. I've gone through a couple different chatterbait rods that I haven't been happy with. I was using a medium heavy for a little while. That was just too stiff. I kept on losing fish, and I switched over to a Dobbins Colt. I think it was a 734C. That rod, it worked well. It just, I don't know, something about it I just didn't like. It had EVA foam grips. I'm not a big EVA foam guy. I like cork. I'm not a full handle cork guy. This is a full handle cork rod, but it does seem to cast nice. It's got a little bit of backbone. We'll see as the year goes on. You know, if I start fishing a chatterbait around some real heavy grass, I don't know if this is going to have the backbone to do what we need it to do, but so far I like it. So Keep getting hung up in that grass. I'm trying to create a reaction strike. Yeah, there seems to be a school over here. They're following this chatterbait. I've had a couple fish follow it. I can see them on the live scope. Not getting any strikes yet. I'm gonna try to see if maybe I can get a lipless in there. Maybe they'll eat that, or if that doesn't work, then maybe we'll try something a little slower. That's what's down there. Looks like we snagged that guy. Look at that. The first fish of the year. I'm not sure if I'd call that a success, but at least we got to touch something today. Got the slime out of the boat. I guess that's what I'm seeing on the graph, or a bunch of bluegill down there. You could see on the lure there is some grass that's stuck on there. I was yo-yoing it through there trying to see if we could get a bite. I'm guessing that I snagged that poor fella. I don't think that he's trying to eat this thing. Let's see if maybe there are any bass down there with him. I don't know if you can see here on the live scope, there is a little bit of a school down there. I'm guessing I'm pulling through that, and I must have just snagged that guy in the belly. Maybe they're all bluegill down there. They're not reacting to this either. I'm gonna head down this creek a little ways. I got some other stuff that I want to check out. So far no luck, but we're learning and we're having fun. That's all that matters. I didn't expect to catch a whole lot out here. It's cold today. It's supposed to warm up later. You know, if anything, maybe we'll catch some a little later. Temp's supposed to climb into the 50s. So you know, I'm gonna stick around and see what happens. Some decent current flowing through here. A little under 3/4 mile an hour. The further that we've gone up this creek arm, it's been getting faster and faster. See if that makes any difference. Sometimes a bass will use that to, you know, set up and ambush. I'm fishing this little marina here. There's some some docks and about 5 feet of water, just flipping a jig around. See, maybe we can find a bite. I found a slime rocket under there. He came up to eat the jig. He hammered it. There we go. All right. See you later, bud. All right, well, we're off the water. GoPro died right before we were making a move to a spot where I thought we might have a little bit of success, but that didn't pan out either. Not a great day for catching fish, but I did have a lot of fun. Glad that I got out. First trip of the year. Caught a nice little pike. I think that bluegill that I caught, I snagged. It is what it is. I really do like that LVS 34. It is definitely a big improvement over the 32. I didn't use it a ton today. You know, I saw some fish. Not sure I saw any bass, but you know, it was good. I could tell the target separation is definitely better. I can see my lure a lot better than I could with the 32. So yeah, it was a good day. You know, kayak worked as it should. Had a few new combos that I tried out. You know, I fished a lot of chatterbait, I fished a lipless a little bit. I threw a Neko rig around. I started tossing a jig a little bit. You know, I did a little bit of everything. I kind of was trying to throw whatever I could at the wall just to see what would stick, and just didn't work out today. But that's okay. You know, sometimes that's the way it goes. That's why they call it fishing. You know, hopefully next time, you know, we'll get them a little better. Good thing is that I've got a tournament out on that lake in 30 days, and I didn't screw any of my fish up, so it's not really something I have to worry about. Not sure if I'll be fishing in that spot. You know, we'll see what happens. But thanks for coming along, and I'll see you guys next time.